Alrighty, I'm back. I had some banana snack, and I would say let's actually finish off the remaining levels for the lady spellcasting here. Just kind of to get something else in between once in a while. This way I also can talk a bit more to chat if you'd like to. Maybe you can keep me awake or... Actually, I have to admit, I don't really feel particularly tired right now. But I'm definitely recognizing that the body gets tired. But mind mostly awake, so that's nice. I say that, but I have no idea where I need to land for the thing. Up over here it is somewhere. Almost. There we go. So, I have a question to everybody who might be listening and willing to respond. Is there any particular game that you are interested in playing in the upcoming, let's say, month? Or alternatively... Actually, no, I'm gonna ask that question later. We'll probably have a bit more time here. We need 99 Lucid Barrier casts, and we need 99... well, Fire Saber casts. And initially these are decently fast, but as soon as we get the fancy animations like this one here, it's gonna start slowing down. So yeah, if you have any particularly intriguing games you're looking forward to, or you would like to play, maybe in the near future, I would be curious what you are kind of having it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a new release, by the way. It could just be something that you just didn't get around to play it. You suppose Xenoblade X? It's the last unfinished Wii U game we have, so you could put that thing to bed. Well, that sounds like a start. Elden Ring? Oh yeah, that's a good point. I don't know when that's gonna come around, actually. But that does sound like a very interesting proposition. We need to get to Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime is an interesting one too. We're going to try and get around to playing Unmetal. Never heard of that one. If I may ask, what is that one? Having finished Inscription, you will play through Voice of Cards next. I don't know what Voice of Cards is, but I kind of have an idea about Inscription. I've been quite intrigued by the story of the game, let's put it this way. Lumina is such a pain to level since there's no cheap spell for it. Triad is worse. More Final Fantasy XIV. You're excited to see how the new story unfolds. Neat. Trying to find a good VR game. Alrighty. It's a Metal Gear Solid spoof in the style of the NES Metal Gear game. Kind of a choose your own adventure? Alright. Can't say I can imagine what that's like. Sounds interesting. Sea of Stars whenever that comes out. True. That's a good one to keep in mind. And I have no idea when that chocolate factory might be around. Voice of Cards is essentially... Oops, I need to scroll up lightly. Voice of Cards is essentially RPG told exclusively by cards, even the many. It's also written by Yoko Taro. Oh, I know that name, I see. Interesting. You're curious, have you ever accidentally crashed / corrupted your game by having multiple players talk to touch-activated NPCs at the same time? Yep, has happened. We've done that accidentally in speedruns before. You need to know where to avoid these sequences. It is mostly reasonable to avoid in 2-player co-op, although you need to still be careful in certain instances. But especially 3-player co-op, where one character walks through a door, that character usually has a bit longer delay until they can move than the other two. So one character walks through a door, and then the other two, if you have a multi-tab, are just holding the direction, and that direction happens to be a cutscene like in Statistical, you can very, very easily crash the game. Voice of Cards is highly recommended by your brother. Alrighty. Yes. I've heard about... Well, I've seen the thing about Haunted Chocolatier, and I'm very intrigued, to say the least. I think it could be fun. So I think we need one more entire thing and 4 spellcasts in order to get Lumina up. Yep, that is accurate. Oops. The moment you've said crash the game, your Twitch player crashed. Magic. Ah. Not the kind of intended magic that I would like to have, though. I'd like to have the kind of magic where I can go boom, and my room is suddenly clean. I don't have to worry about doing the dishes either and stuff like that. That would be great. Cleaned socks. Actually, you would not even need a washing machine at that point anymore. Either way. And yes, that's actually a good point, Tony. Corekeeper was really nice when I played it alongside Valhart. Like, it feels like it has a lot of potential, but it also does feel like it has quite a ways to go still. But I think it could be really, really awesome. Seventh Dragon on the 3DS is another should and have been dusted last year. It must be done. Oh. The foundation seems really solid, but there's a lot to build still. Yeah, I agree. Like, if it gets to the levels of complexity of Terraria, or at least, let's say Terraria after the first 2 major update patches, it does have a crazy amount of potential. 1, 2, and this should be the last spellcast for Lumina right here, I think. We have completely leveled up Lumina for the lady here. Pretty sure anyways. I'm gonna double check. And Lumina done. Now we just need Salamander, and we are, well, potentially just going to get Gnome along the way because, well, we'll need a bunch of Gnome. While I'm leveling Gnome, question. Is there any game in particular you would like to see me play on stream in some capacity? Just curious. There. Noted Final Fantasy Dimensions. If you're looking for a learning wall, have you ever heard of Dwarf Fortress? Yes. That's a game. Wasn't there supposed to be like a Dwarf Fortress with visual mod supposed to come to Steam or something like that? Or is that already out? Dwarf Fortress is one of these games that I'm really fascinated to just learn about, but I think it's gonna take a long time until I'm particularly interested in playing it myself, to be honest. Because it's a fascinating game, but it's also a lot of work to get into it. The Witcher 3, Divinity Original Sin 2, Tower of Time, Jotun. Let's see, I don't know what Tower of Time is. Divinity Original Sin 2 is largely a casual game to me. Like, I might stream it eventually, but probably not before the 4th playthrough. But I really like that game, it's really good. The Witcher 3, I'm pretty sure my laptop couldn't handle that. But even if it could. Actually don't know much about that game. I know enough about Witcher 1, Witcher 2 that I'm not entirely sure I should stream it. But, oh well. So the new dwarves are more like a year or 2 off. I see. You had loads of fun with it. The Dwarf Fortress is most certainly a fascinating one. Honestly, I did actually really like RimWorld. And that seems like a Dwarf Fortress light. I don't know how accurate that is, that's just kind of my impression of it, but I really like that one. The Witcher 3 is just a great game to get lost in, so much rich depth. Alrighty. What kind of games do you like? Mass Effect Trilogy? Souls game? Mass Effect? Not really. It's mainly, I'm actually not terribly interested in sci-fi settings, although it's not an automatic negative, let's put it this way. But I do definitely like some Souls games. I have played Dark Souls 1 on stream I think twice by now. I don't think I've ever played Dark Souls 2 on stream, but I have completed numerous times. And I'm pretty sure my poor laptop cannot handle Dark Souls 3. Like, I played through it, but I had like 15 FPS most of the time, especially on like the Dragon Rider fight. Still complex and fun. About Rimworld, yeah. Lufia? Oh yeah. One of the things about Lufia is, to me, I'm always intrigued by playing Lufia 2 again. But I've never really felt the draw to play Lufia 1. You really enjoyed watching me play Bonfire Peaks. That was a neat puzzle game. In case anybody's curious, by the way, because maybe not everybody knows, the way I like to play puzzles on stream is basically trying to solve them as a community. Like, not looking up, not cheating, etc. But at the same time, there's no way I can tell if you do that or not. But it's just an honor system. But it usually is just kind of a comfy little corner for people to just try and play through puzzles. We have played through Baba Is You, Bonfire Peaks. I have tried to play through Stephen's Sausage Roll, but jeez. Actually, yeah, there's a DLC for Baba Is You. I don't actually know how recent that one is. Lufia 2 is amazing, yeah. Fun fact for anybody who may not know, Lufia 2 over here in Europe was just called Lufia. We never got Lufia 1, so to speak. And so I had absolutely no idea what was going to happen. But I was devastated at the end, as a kid. But over the years, I've come to appreciate a more somber ending, I guess. You're a huge RPG fan, you never enjoyed Witcher 3, you never had this need to know what happens next feeling, which is sad after all the hype around it. Well, some games are just not for everybody, I guess. Does anyone know a good emulator for all the good SNES games? I mean, BizHawk always works. As long as you're not asking for ROMs, I'm pretty sure emulators are perfectly fine as discussion topics, just in case anybody's curious. Like SNES 9X is pretty lightweight and works really well for pretty much everything that you may want to be playing, probably. And if you're trying to get more specifically Super Nintendo accuracy, BSNES or BizHawk should be working probably decently well for that. Yeah, Lufia 2 OST is really crazy good, that's very true. Oh, 4 more spellcasts with Salamander and then we're done with Salamander. 1. And yes, Lufia Ancient Cave. I think one of the most appealing parts about Lufia 2 is it's a very interesting and fascinating RPG to begin with, that you can just play through the main story and be enthralled by it. And then on top of that you get an entire roguelite in the game inside with potential rewards you can get out of the cave himself, as well as just, well, an entire basically extra game where you're mostly already familiar with most of the mechanics and the lingo. It's really neat. I say, take care, Tony. Thank you for dropping by, and I hope you enjoy your lurk. I hope you have a good night. So, only gnome remains for the lady to level up. Everything else is done at this point. You have heard some ill opinions about Lufia 1. It's a bit more dated, I think is probably a way to put it from what I can tell. I feel like it would probably still tell an interesting story, but I have to admit that is largely the reason why I've not been terribly interested in just trying it out myself. One of the best tracks in the game. This one? Yeah. I think it's called Leave Time for Love. Unless I missed something in chat again, like I tend to do. Really? You actually hit me? Okay. That's unusual. Since there is no difference between Sword 2 and 5, is there any reason not releasing Sword 2 5? You know, that's actually a really interesting question. I have never thought about that one. That is a very interesting question, in fact. I suppose not. That is something I should actually do. Yes, both should share one weapon experience per kill. No, that is a really good point actually, Violacar. I should level up the sword to level 5. It is level 2 right now, so 3 more levels. Theoretically? I'm not gonna do it this run, probably, just because I'm not awake enough in order to try and think through the implications of that potential. But I do think you're right, actually. If you defeat one werewolf every 15 seconds, the probability that you have to farm for another 10 hours or longer is over 2%. That's fascinating. I would say 2% is reasonably unlikely, but definitely within the realm of possibilities. On the other hand, there's a 6% chance that you're done in 10 minutes or lower. Oh, I like that. Such is the joy of geometric distribution. I wouldn't have known what to call that. But that sounds about right. see. You wind up saying this in speedrun streams a lot, but puzzle process are extremely unintuitive. I'm not entirely sure what that means. You thought the chance was 50-50, either it drops or it doesn't. No, it's a 1 in 16 chance to get the chest drop, and then a 7 in 64 chance to get the rare drop out of the chest. We can completely ignore the possibility of traps because we have too high of an agility to ever trigger any traps anymore at this point. Time I kill a werewolf, it's a 7 in 10, 24. Pretty much. The number of tries it takes to get 1 follows a Poisson process. I don't know what that kind of process means, to be honest. I only had rudimentary statistics in school, and I probably forgot all the names, because I didn't need to learn most of the things since it was just intuitive to me. But that doesn't help. Just means it works like this works. Okay, I could just get it here. So the mean number of tries should take is 1024 divided by 7 tries. The median is somewhat lower than about 2/3 of that. You know, the thing is, I never actually knew how to calculate that. In terms of conceptually, like, how long do I expect to farm for something if the drop chance is so and so? Is there even a concept for such a thing? Because to me, I always just kind of try to figure out, okay, at what point or how many kills do I need in order to have a 90% chance, and at what point do I have a 50-50 chance, or where I'm like crossing the 50-50, where it would kind of be reasonable to expect it within that time. So I actually don't really know about any further concepts beyond that, because I don't know how to think about these things outside of more concrete examples, I guess. And dink! Happy New Year! Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you as well, and thank you so much for 12 months of support with Prime Gaming. Welcome back, and I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Also, I probably missed a bunch of messages up there. Let me scroll up real quick. Wait, was that? The expected farming duration from right now is not shorter than when you started. I mean, yeah, naturally. Because I haven't gotten it yet, and I've not really influenced the concept in any capacity to be able to influence my future chances. So it is just kind of always the same, static, so to speak. I'm just more curious about when I could consider myself to be, let's say, unlucky, because 90% of the time, assuming from the beginning, is when I should have probably I'm expected to have acquired one of such items at least. That's kind of what I'm usually trying to figure out. Yeah. Isn't that also kind of the concept of the gambler's fallacy? Where it feels like, okay, it hasn't worked 200 times in a row. Surely the 10% chance will work next time, because, you know, it has to sometime. Unlucky after 100 kills, or after 100 chests? I wonder. No, stop. Meanie. Actually, is there a wolf up there? I did hear a wolf. He's over here. But the average number of kills you need is 146 because there's a small chance of getting very unlucky. How do you get to the average? The base P is 1 in 64 for a chest. It's 1 in 16 for a chest. Drop, and then 1 in 7 in 64 for the rare drop. The average is the easiest one to compute. I believe it. Wait, you just turn it around? Really? That's interesting. So how would you figure out that in 90% of the cases when I tried like 500 times, like in total, I would be able to successfully have acquired the thing already at this point? It's not the most useful number, right? Because average doesn't... like it's a 50-50. Doesn't mean much. Standard deviations from 146 then. I've heard that word standard deviation before, I don't really know what it means. Yes, Humphrey, thank you. Thank you so much for, well, 3 months of support. Welcome back. Actually, no, welcome. That's immediately 3 months. Either way, thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Unfortunately, there's not a particularly good chance that I will be able to retain any of that information, but I do appreciate you guys teaching me. That chest was from a Hellhound, in case you're curious. Oh, come on, Sprite. Can I make this guy spawn reliably? That might be faster, but then again we have the annoying guys in the background. You have a 50% chance after 100 kills and a 90% chance after 350 kills. You probably past 150 to 200 now, if I were to guess. I mean, I didn't keep count. There's no statistic in the game. I like how he just uses Cure Water preemptively, assuming that I'm just gonna one-shot him. Unfortunately, you can't cancel damage like I can. So it's unlucky, but not especially unlucky. Right. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty much my expectation here. And considering how quickly I've gotten some of the other rare drops already, that's just the variance that we're working with. Not much we can do about that. Is anyone counting the number of kills? Highly unlikely. At the most, somebody in the YouTube video could technically go back and scrub through the footage, but I mean, who would want to do that? I mean, look at the bright side, we're leveling up still the other weapons around the way, so we're still technically making progress, even if it's not particularly fast progress in comparison to where we could make progress. But on a practicality scale, we're still getting somewhere, even if it's not the direction we're trying to travel in. Wait, that's the wrong chest. It was just auto opening the chest. What did we get out of it? Chocolate. Oh yeah, I'm aware. Thank you, Balaka. That is intuitive to be, if that is the correct word for that. I'm absolutely aware. That is the red sky, isn't it? Probably. I would be very surprised if it wasn't. Yep, just some chocolate. I mean, I like chocolate, but not that much. Come on, guys. Chocolate won't fit is not right. Chocolate always fits. I disagree. It either drops or it doesn't. No, it's a 1 in 16. Roll a d20. That's a 6. As usual, everybody has the lucky feat, so if you'd like to re-roll the 6, feel free to let me know. Or you can take the 6, that's fine too. Could you not please wall me, please? What does level 9 acid rain look like? Just larger raindrops? Pretty much, yes, actually. I mean, might as well show it while I can't really move because of the boy being knocked out again. Not getting the fancy animation right now. There it is. This is the fancy rain animation. It's way longer and it's just slightly more intense, I guess. Nothing terribly crazy. It is what it is. Okay. Show the level 9 Dark Force animation sometime? Sure, why not? It's a really, really long one. Ooh, chest. Still nothing. Hey Yellen, well, welcome. Happy New Year to you as well. I hope you're doing well. And the one guy that drops a chest is the heck hound in between. Not what I'm looking for. Fun fact, shapeshifters literally can't deal any damage. Like, they never deal any damage themselves. The only thing they can do is summon minions that will deal damage to you. I don't even remember where I learned that one. 7 more chests? Yeah, it has been foretold. That's a lot of chests though still. Can I exchange some chests for chester berries? Place your bets, well, I got max gold this run. Kind of hope not, but it's technically possible because we will still have to level the sword in the end with every character. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna do that in the Mana Fortress. Boomerang is level 6. Alright. Which level do you have to level up the weapon at later? 9-3. So if it's at doesn't share at 5. Actually, does it share at 5-0? It should, right? Good morning, referee, and welcome. I hope you're doing well. Let's see real quick. Your current level on the thing is 5 or 6.5, I guess. No, it is 6.6. Okay, we still... Wait. 6.7, so we still share weapon experience after 5. So yes, I do think you're right. We can probably level up the sword to up to level 5, and there is virtually no downside to that. Welcome to you, Splasher Line. And... thank you. I hope you have a happy new year as well. Welcome. On the bright side, I'm never getting tired of this music. Wow, they're still hitting me. Meanies. I'm gonna hit you in reverse. What determines whether the left variable spawns or not? That's an excellent question. Randomness determined whether the other enemies are still loaded or considered to be loaded or not. Which means basically whether they follow me or not, or whether they effectively spawn little minions that follow or not. I do not have a consistent pattern on how to possibly spawn the wolves, like both of them reliably. Like occasionally I kind of get it, but frequently it's just doesn't spawn. If anybody has a consistent method, I would be happy to learn. But I do not have one. Oh, that's a... Would that be a glitch? I interrupted his spellcasting by hitting a rope pole there. Is that a glitch? It's technically intended behavior because the rope pole just halts all events and just executes the other event. Probably not intended. Only technically, I guess. Like, what the game, generally speaking, tries to do is it tries to predict where you're going to, and then it tries to load enemies ahead of you. Which means by walking diagonally into the wall, you can actually manipulate certain enemy spawns well, in reasonably specific ways. Kind of interesting. Ooh, chest. 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 1. I was told in 6 we're gonna get the thing. I don't know why, but why not? If you kill the wolf, there should be only 2 enemies. Yeah, it's not quite that easy, unfortunately. Because depending on how long the animation of the characters, well, the death, so to speak, remains on screen, it has different variables on top of that I do not really understand, to be honest. It's all just a big mess. I don't know who dropped that chest, but I'm pretty sure it's not a werewolf. Candy. It's the whip spot. I assume you mean jump across. Wrong kind is dropping chests. Wait. Medical orbs. Right. I need some of them. I was thinking, wait. Shapeshifters can't drop chests. So I actually don't know what dropped the chest. So I was mainly just curious what would be in there. Like literally, shapeshifters do not have the ability to drop chests. Considering I only get 1 weapon experience at the next level of the spear, I should give the sword to the sprite to help out. The sprite is not going to deal a whole lot of damage. Yeah, you mean jump across the gap. I don't think that would actually reliably work, honestly. As much as you would think it should reliably work, I'm not sure about that. Ooh, that's a good setup here. I might have found something. Not a fairy ring, chest number 2, since I was promised that chest number 6 is the thing. This actually appears to work right here. It feels like I need to figure this out every time again, because I never remember how I did it last time. Actually, I think I can make the boy be aggressive at this point, because this Yeah, you just have your attack. This is fine at this point. I was afraid I was petrified. Oh, the boy's now going to be more aggressive now too, of course. I might not have thought this one through. Maybe I need to set him not to be aggressive anymore, because otherwise he might mess it up, unless this just happens to work as well. I would be surprised. No, it seems to work for now. So I went up too late. Still works. On a completely random note, if anybody sells Super Nintendo mini controllers, I would be happy to buy some. Here is level 6, which means no more shared experience for the others. I think I finally figured out what I did wrong the entire time in order to try and spawn the guy again. I need to hold up right basically way earlier, right here, into the pillar, and this just happens to work out. So that's neat. Super fast now, indeed. I don't know why it takes me so long every time to figure this one out again. Well, actually, no, I know exactly why. My memory is terrible when I'm tired. Well, actually, it's not that great to begin with. I mostly learn through repetition. And I really don't like practicing. So learning through repetition being my best case means I mostly learn stuff that I just like doing over and over. You have to go to bed now. Alright, Jadagu, thank you so much once again, and I hope you rest well. Take care and have a good night. Until next time. Once the spear stops sharing experience, why don't you switch to spear? I don't know, why should I switch to spear? The only weapon that can receive experience at this point is the boy's boomerang. The thing is, I would need to switch the spear over to the sprite, and I don't think the sprite... Well, actually I don't know, maybe I should try it. I don't assume the sprite has enough attack power to, well, knock these enemies out. We can try. Once the grey color on my spear runs out, I guess. We need to level anything whatsoever. Literally just a spear. That's sketchy. In terms of how much damage I deal. Probably enough if it petrifies. Let's see whether this pattern still works out though. Because different characters in the lead will have different behavior for the other characters. I need to make a stop without trying to swing first. That might work. Yes. There we go. Oh my goodness. How long was that? 2 hours? Jeez. Let's get out of here. We have weapons to level. Oh boy. Wave, wave. Oh, kind of difficult to wave when I have to run though, but I'm trying. In between. Time to leave, indeed. We actually don't have to return until we are ready to beat the game, I think. Unless I'm missing something. Because all our weapon leveling is gonna be done outside. We only need to level up one more spell school. With the lady we need to level up Gnome. And everything else is basically mostly done at this point. I'm gonna give you... Well, actually there's no point in giving you the claw yet. Might as well give you this. The reason why there's no point is because I need to update the weapon first. Well, I guess you still get experience. You might just have the wrong weapon properties. But I suppose I'm trying to play this glitchless. Most people don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm sorry. I'm not awake enough to properly explain. It's okay. So he came here in 2021, he's still here in 2022. Technically, Yaga has brought us to the Year of Mana in one night. That's a reasonably loose interpretation, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Do you get the 9th sword orb? Nope, not in this one. This is glitchless. If we were to play glitched, you would in fact, yes, get the 9th sword orb. But I would have had to do the weapon leveling process entirely differently, because I would have to keep a character at low level in order to level up the other weapons to high enough level. Oh my goodness. We're just really close to maxing out the money, it feels like. No, the magic rope does not work in the Super Nintendo version. I don't know whether it works in the remake, but Super Nintendo version, magic rope does not work. Unless there's like one specific particular little room that I just don't know about, but I would be very surprised. Also, we can upgrade this at least once, right? I kind of want to, but I'm also kind of spooked too. I know full logically, thinking about this should work. Like Vylocur says, I should be able to upgrade this to level 5. You know what, we're gonna make a save file. We're going to make a separate save file here. And yeah, I should be able to upgrade the sword to level 5. In fact, I could have done this the entire time, because that is a very good argument, because I'm sharing only one weapon experience anyways. So I could have actually already leveled up the sword up to level 5 with all the other characters. So there was no reason to keep it this way. Ninth orb hacks? No, not hacks, glitches. No reason to use hacks when you can use glitches. Those are different. I'm just gonna go with 2 levels. 2 levels should already allow me to leverage this anyways. Hacks, glitches, cheats, they're all the devil's work. Nah, all of these are very distinct. Maybe not to you, but to me. Because the distinction is very relevant when you're trying to categorize things. Alrighty, welcome to the level grind. The weapon level grind to be specific. So, let's see. You get this. You get this. And the boy still needs the ninja strum. Wait, that doesn't level up, right? Because it's trying to get that to the next highest level. So I can just begin with the sword now. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh yeah, I need the boy to no longer attack here, preferably. Because he doesn't share any weapon experience. You can get the mana sword? You can get the mana sword early, yes. There is a few ways how you can do that. But the traditional way of getting a mana sword early is you start a new save file. Actually, no, first you make a save after landing in the ice country next to the frost Nico. Then you save there, and you actually have a corrupted save file at that point. Just because you're landing and saving immediately. I'm not gonna go into the technical reasons for it. I'm a bit tired, I suppose. But the short version is... I'm sure there's tutorials online. I'm sorry. My brain does not work right now. It's not terribly difficult to do either, but what is worth noting, it only works on the Japanese as well as US version of the game. If you play a PAL version of Seeker of Mana, it does not work. That's kind of important to note. Your mom got you this game for Christmas one year without asking you, and it's probably the best pick she ever made. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Sure about that, Yaga? What? PAL versions? Yes. Because there's literally no landing point next to Nico. At least in the German version. I I've never tried the French version. I would be very surprised if it was any different. I also know the PAL English version is the same. You can get the mana sword differently. Well, actually, can you? Maybe? I think I could pull some... Yeah, I could actually pull some shenanigans to get the mana sword early on PAL. Go through the wall. Basically, you leave out Tasnica and you go through the wall in order to do the Lofty Mountains early. And then after you go and clear the entirety of Pure Lands, you go back to clear Tasnica. So you get one additional sword open, that will be the mana sword. You can get the mana sword early in PAL, it's just different. We got more Square games. We did not get Final Fantasy 5 or 6. Or 4. We got Terranigma though, that's a great game. I love that one. Didn't get Lufia 1. Actually, I don't know about my... We didn't get Chrono Trigger either, actually. Yeah. We did get the Final Fantasy Anthology, I suppose, on the PlayStation. That included Final Fantasy 5 and... hang on. Four and 5 it is. In the PAL Anthology version. I needed to check. Oh yeah, I also know Super Mario RPG. But we did get Chrono Trigger, Terranigma. That's a really good one. No Robot Track though. Wait, did we get Robot Track? Actually, don't know. We did get Seeker of Evermore, so that's a pretty neat one as well. I like that one a lot. I knew there was music missing. Have I played Bahamut Lagoon? I have briefly played it, but not far. I played the Japanese version, I did not know any Japanese. I've actually played a fair number of games just straight up in Japanese while not understanding any Japanese. My favorite of that series actually was a weird dodgeball game. It apparently had Gundam characters in it. I never knew what Gundam was for the longest time, let's put it that way. But that was a fascinating game, like, it was actually really, really intriguing. I had no idea what I was doing for the most part. But I use save states all over the place, so that's that. Ah, PJ. PJ gets to mow grass and actually get items out of it. I don't. I just get to mow grass and get the satisfaction out of it. Because it looks nicer. Actually, I disagree, now that I think about it. I prefer how the grass looks when it's still swaying in the wind, I suppose. By the way, 99 enemy kills. Did I already get the sword to level... 4, yeah. Pretty sure we can go one more. I need to get the spear to the maximum. When do I stop getting experience with the spear? Actually, I'm just gonna test this. This was 1 experience, I might as well use the sword instead. But I might as well go for 1 more sword level. like to think whether there is any merit in alternating. Because no matter how I twist and turn it, the cactus still needs to level up the spear up to 8.99 and the glove up to 8.99. And the sword to 8.00. The real crime was nobody outside of Japan got taken into Tetsu 3. Not until recently, at least. Then again, I like that game. But gameplay-wise, I feel like not nearly as good as Secret of Mana. The story and the visuals are quite a step up, though. Just kind of the general atmosphere of the game is amazing. Spear level 8. Spear level 8. I'm actually gonna switch over to the Aura Glove. That way we know we need to kill 99 enemies in order to level up both the spear and the glove up to level 9 now. The soundtrack is phenomenal. The soundtrack is good. Definitely agree. I guess the short version is I didn't level up the spear early up enough. Yeah, this is one of these cases where if I had a clear-cut plan on what to level when, which is kind of at least a rule of thumb, this would probably save me an hour or even 2 in weapon leveling process, rather than me just kind of trying to figure it out along the way. But at the same time, that's a lot of resources and time invested just for preparation. I actually didn't really have that much time this year. But at the same time, I think we're still making pretty solid progress. Do you have to level each weapon with each character, or do they share a level? Nope, they do not share levels. You have to level each weapon with each character. So the sprite already has the sword at level 4, but the others still have it at level 1 and 2. So they still have to separately level it up all the way to level 8 in the end as well. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot to update the layout. We did get the glove upgrade finally. And probably should also update tracker accordingly. The end is near. Well, actually, the end is already past. We're actually at the start here now. Happy New Year, Heiner Mulder. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I've actually not kept count of how many enemies I killed at this point. Probably should check once in a while. Alright, 14 more to max out the gloves on the boy and the spear on the lady. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright. Glove should be done now, as should be the spear. Very nice. Spear on the lady. Glove on the boy. No, the lady needs to get the glove next. And probably you get the spear. Let me check real quick. Yeah, you still have level 1 spear right now. And you need to finish off the boomerang. You did finish off the bow, so I didn't mark that one yet. Now it is marked. And the sprite still needs to max out the javelin, right? Nope, the javelin is maxed out on the sprite. So we did do that one. I just need the glove, and the spear, and the sword. Oh, I could have leveled up the spear with the sprite. Well, no, I couldn't because the lady was using it. Yeah, let's finish off the boomerang first. Have the sprite start using the spear instead. No, don't attack that. Actually, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters in that I don't get a kill. The grind was not too exhausting. Well, the last orb took quite a long time until it decided to, well, arrive. I'm actually really curious how many kills that was until we got it. It was rather impressive in the end, actually. Should get 2 experience on this, right? Yeah, we do. 73, 75, 77, 79, 81, 83, 85, 87, 89, 91, 93, 94, 95. Wait, it's still level 1. So this should be done now. Yeah. No, 2 more. 1 more? Wait. Am I crazy? Just didn't count right, that's all. Okay, boomerang done on the boy. No, the boy needs to level up the spear as well. Well, as does the sprite, I suppose. Let me think about this. What level do I need to bring the spear to for the sword from the boy to go all the way. Let's see, starting from level 2 up until we reach specifically level 6, he's going to share 2 experience each time. 1 experience each time. This is where I would love to have the others still around here now. Did he max out the glove? Because this is going to get really, really inefficient the way I'm doing this here. But I also don't want to mess it up, is the kind of the catch. Let's see. The sword is at level 4 for the sprite. Oh, this is awkward. Let's see, from level 5 to 6, we get 4 weapon experience divided by 2 each time, so 50, and each time you share 1. So you share 50 weapon experience from 5 to 6 alone. Let's make a buffer of 1. From 4 to 5, it's also 1. Isn't it? There's no reason not to equip the sword, I think, once you're done here. Guess technically there could be. Alright, the lady's done with the gloves as well, so she literally just needs the sword leveled up at this point, which she can always do, no matter what. So she is free to just grab this for herself, technically, but priority goes over to the sprite, I suppose? Wait, I shouldn't do this, right? Because right now she would share 2 weapon experience. Which would let... No, actually... As long as I go from 4 to 6... Actually, we're gonna test this, I think. Can I test this? Are you done, boy, with the boomerang? You are done. You're also done with the glove. Despite the only one who needs the glove at this point, I think. The boy just needs the sword and spear. I'm making this so inefficient, I feel. No, I know I'm making this so inefficient. Oh well. I will probably try to do another run next year, towards 2023. Just in case anybody's curious. No guarantees for it, but that's the plan. But, in case I decide to do that, if anybody remembers, feel free to ask me, "Hey Yaga, Did you figure out the weapon leveling up shenanigans route type thingy? Because you lost probably like 3 hours there. That's exactly what you said last year. Maybe just tell me that. I would be amazed if actually anybody does that. Very unlikely. Wait a second. Right now, I would get more experience for the sprite's weapon. Wait, no. This right now is the same. It's 2 per kill. But next level, it's gonna be more efficient to kill enemies with the sword with the lady. Right? No, I'm making that up again in my brain. For some reason, the threshold in my mind is level 2. Which is completely off. Because right now, killing 1 enemy should give me 2 weapon experience, right? 6... 8... Yes, correct. It also consequently means the lady killing stuff right now with the sword gives also 2 to the sprite, but also gives 2 to herself. Technically more efficient. Until she reaches level 2. That's when she's going to begin sharing only 1 weapon experience. Is that where the rabbit comes from? This game here? Yes. This is a rabbit. There goes the rabbit. It decided to disappear into the other dimension, probably. With a splash effect. And yes, Seeker of Mana are the rabbits. This is also the origin of the chat pet, if you will. Alright, no. So it's 50 enemy kills to go from 4 to 5, 50 more to go from 5 to 6. And I'm pretty sure... Wait. Yeah, from 6 to 7, it is 100. From 7 to 8, it is 100. From 8 to 8.99, it's an infinite amount, because we need to share weapon experience. This is why we can't upgrade the sword too far. Welcome to the grind. Roll a d20? Okay. You get a 9. Hi Cortan, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Is it needed to level the weapon here? I mean, you can go other places as long as you quickly and efficiently kill enemies. Any place really works. This is just a place where I've always leveled. I don't think this is necessarily... Well, I don't know whether this is necessarily the most optimal place, but this is just always where I ended up grinding out the weapon levels. Because no matter which enemy I kill at this point in the game, because I'm level 99, no enemy is high enough for me to get full weapon experience anyways. So I might as well just kill the easiest enemies to defeat that are spawning in decently high density here. If somebody has another suggestion for a high density enemy place, I would be curious. I just can't think of any. Then again, it's kind of going to be rather difficult to beat just literally charging up to 100% and then more or less immediately attacking an enemy. Which is what I'm doing basically all the time here. So the lady only needs the sword up to 8.00 at this point. And there is no way to share that experience efficiently. There might have been if I structured it differently. You always did upper lands in spring because there's a lot of silk tails that spawn. It's true, it's decently high density. 3 in one spot at the start. Then you're just kind of looking for individual ones. The main problem I have with that area is actually that you can't easily see behind the trees. So they can easily just hide there. Hello, welcome to you, cool. No more sharing from the spear, indeed. Because the spear is now going towards the next level. Means I might as well just hit enemies with the sword with the lady, I guess. Actually, I guess both the sword with the lady and the sprite are perfectly fine to kill enemies, as long as the boy doesn't kill stuff. How goes the hunt, slow but steady. The boy gets nothing from kill anyways because he doesn't have a weapon to level. But yes, that is an accurate assessment. But the boy basically... I didn't structure it well enough for him to still have anything to level. The lady also regenerates stamina slightly faster because that's based on agility. Very slightly. But noticeable. Slightly faster than the sprite, that is. Is the boy maxed out in all weapons already? Nope. The sword and the spear are the weapons that he still needs to max out, but... well... he can't level up the sword, well, technically he can level up the sword a little bit further. So I suppose he might as well. Then again, the lady literally just reached level 4. So might as well just give that to the boy. He shares one weapon experience one way or another. So he's going towards level 4 as well. That way all cactus will be at level 4 sword at that point. You thought the boy was behind? I mean, he initially was. Because I boosted all the other characters with the spear. Sword level 3, spear level 7, 100 more kills for spear level 8. I'm actually gonna briefly check how much experience the lady needs for Gnome at this point. Yeah, she's literally done, and except the sword, which we can't level right now. Gnome needs 31 more spellcast. Which she actually literally has enough mana for to do right here. I'm just gonna do it. Then we have that out of the way, and we can mark off one more thing as complete. Gnome! There we go. $31 is 62 MP used. 99 minus 62 is 37. So when the lady has 37 MP remaining, she will be done with magic leveling entirely. Also, I guess I can skip that split, I just realized. Because we already have all the equipment. And I will be able to skip the spells 8.99 split, because I will already have all the spells up to 8.99 as well. Unless for some arbitrary reason I will want to level up the last point of spell after I split. Maybe reorder the splits next year? I mean, you never really know when you're gonna do what. That's not entirely true. But I'm kind of trying to switch it up here and there, is basically what I'm trying to say. And also depending on how much luck we get, we might have certain things done way before certain orbs, but maybe not. Next year? This year? Oh yeah, I suppose. You could say that. What was it? 37? I already forgot. But I think this is all we need for Gnome. Yep. This concludes magic leveling entirely. We have completed magic up to 8.99, literally everything. Just need weapons at this point. I'm also gonna go run over to Pandora and then take another short break, and then hopefully we race to the finish. Well, I say that, but it's gonna be still quite a bit. Killing 100 enemies Actually, it's more like 1,000 enemies. Still going to take a while. Why pick me her before you start casting? Because this allows me to cast spells quicker. If a character is pigment, their spell animation, like their spell casting animation, is significantly shortened. Slightly before the spell goes off, but also significantly after. Could consider changing up these splits, because magic level seems like usually faster than weapon leveling. Well, I think it kind of depends on how I structure it, but it's a fair point. Either way, I'm gonna take another short break, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and be right back. Hello, welcome to Karmaku, welcome back. And I just returned. So, the plan is quite simple. We need to level up the spear up to 8.99 for the sprite. And then I'll probably upgrade the sword? Question mark? I'm actually not so sure about that part. Again, that's kind of where just kind of figuring out at least the ratios to things would be helpful. Isn't it more efficient for the sprite to kill now? The sprite gets one weapon experience, so does the boy, so so does the boy for the sprite. So it doesn't matter who kills it. And the boy actually more quickly recovers stamina thanks to having a higher agility. So technically the boy is in fact more efficient right now. Plus the sword animation is generally slightly faster, thanks to usually being more swings rather than stabs. It's not a big difference. Wouldn't the girl with the sword be optimal? Why? Isn't she already at 4? Everybody's at 4 at this point. I should go for just one more upgrade and put everybody at 5, I think. Spear is level 8. 99 more kills. Well, actually, the sprite does not want to kill anything anymore now, because the sprite is not gonna get any experience killing enemies at level 8. So let's see, we get probably 50 points of experience. So once the boy reaches spear level 8.00, I'm gonna kill 1 or 2 more enemies with the sword. And then I'm gonna upgrade, because then I know for certain it's gonna be sufficient. Eden's Labyrinth. 22 hours indeed. Definitely did not get as lucky as last time, but also I feel like I wasn't as well prepared either, so it's reasonable. Despite actually we did figure out some new things. I say that, but at the same time, chances are I already figured it out last year, and I just didn't remember. So who knows? I wonder whether... Oh yeah, I definitely have frame drops again. Oh well. I'm still using making local recording. I'm gonna try and start the upload to YouTube while I'm going to bed, or while I'm sleeping. So I will hopefully have the VODs available on YouTube as soon as possible. I'm gonna apologize in advance, because they're gonna be basically not prepared or cut in any capacity. So it will probably just begin at the middle of a break, certain pieces, because I cut it into multiple pieces just so YouTube wouldn't complain that I'm uploading 22 hours in one go. Also, it's kind of missing a half or like 2 hours at the beginning, because I didn't realize that I probably should do a local recording. And then again, there's probably somewhere a piece in there that is just not properly locally recorded anyways, because encoding overload. It's gonna be a mess to figure out, but I can leave that to future Yaga. Current Yaga is just only concerned about actually getting the run done. That's okay. I'm not exporting the VODs from Twitch to YouTube. Well, normally I would, but considering I have a lot of dropped frames, Twitch is not gonna have the proper recordings. That's what I'm saying. Wait, wrong category. 72, 73, not 4, 74. If anybody wants to keep count, feel free to count. 75, 76, only the sword kills count. 78, we need to count to 99. I already lost count. Something like 80. Probably. Dropping frames here and there, but noticing the target enemy spawning by 1 lag frame. I mean, I don't see the lag frame, I don't see the dropped frames. Drop frames are exclusively on my connection, and I do not know why. It started well, actually the day before yesterday, at this point. And I don't know why I suddenly have these... Every, like, minute we have about a second of packet loss. And it's not really anything I can do about that, it seems. We tried troubleshooting and there was like a very promising idea about disabling Wi-Fi, but that unfortunately did not work. Dropped frames are also in the food box. Well... Does that count? Okay. Sprite is up to 8.99. Now it's just the boy who needs to level up the spear. So technically I could just go with the boy up to 8.00 and then we know it's gonna work. Actually, it's not entirely necessarily true. Also, Spritey, do not kill enemies yet. Oh, you're still on passive, you just kill something anyways. I mean, yeah. You have one lag frame because you're used to how it normally is when there's no lag frame. Then you notice. Especially if you're trying to notice. Alrighty, so basically from here it's kind of straightforward. I'm going to just do the basic, most straightforward thing here. This spear all the way to level 8, which is gonna take a while. Here we have the indiscriminate whacking. Nice. So I have a question. How interested would you be in watching me play Pokemon challenges? Let's say Pokemon Leaf Green Fire Red. But only using... I don't know. Every single Pokemon, just individually. The concept could be that we do an initial playthrough, try to route it, and then a second run, try to go fast, and then a third run to finalize it. Would be a not really speedrun. More of a just fun optimization challenge. Pokemon? Those things that can turn into cars? No, you're thinking of Digimon. So let's see, from level 3 to level 5 it's 50 enemy kills. Wait. No. 3 to 4 is 50. 4 to 5, another 50, so it's 100. 5 to 6 is another 50. So it's 150. 6 to 7 is 100. So 250. So 350 kills until we are there. It's funny, when you did this as a child, you smacked the same low-level enemies in the exact same road too. I mean, this is kind of also something I came up with as a kid. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a more efficient place to grind levels. I just don't know any. Like, I can't think of anything. I played one game, but it was more like a roguelike. Probably Mystery Dungeon, I guess. 50. I actually never played the Mystery Dungeon once. You watch me play Superman 64, so sure for Pokemon. Who else would want to watch me play Superman 64? That's a game. Actually, I'm not sure about that part. It's a thing that you can, I suppose, input into the Nintendo 64. Yeah. Okay. I think one of my favorite aspects of Superman 64 is that for some weird reason you can make the field of view way smaller, and that actually reduces lag. So the optimal speedrun actually plays on the smallest possible screen. It is really fascinating. You'd prefer basically anything compared to Superman 64. Ah, fair enough. Postage stamp sized screen. Yes. Accurate. I actually don't. So last time I checked, nobody actually has completed a proper run with the smallest size yet. I wonder whether. That was actually a long time ago since last time I checked, so I'm just curious whether anybody decided to do it anyways for whatever reason. I mean, I would rather run Quest 64. That sounds like more fun. That is 100 out of 350. Actually going decently fast, I guess. I guess the developers realized the frame rate was so bad, and so they allowed it to be smaller to improve it. My guess is that this is a dev build that was released about a quarter into development, while they were still tinkering, working on stuff. Quest 64 is great. Honestly, it kind of looks weirdly appealing to me. Numbers go up. Walk in circles for a few hours in order to increase agility. Welcome to your Falk, Keegan. And I hope you enjoy your stay. You watched a lot of Bing grinding any percent, it's a real glitch fest. Oh yeah, no doubt. I would be very surprised if the walls could... Like, sure, the ring thing doesn't give you a lot of freedom, but I would be very surprised if, like, the exploration stages didn't have out of bounds literally everywhere. I don't know whether there's any more glitches beyond that. Probably has a credits warp too, doesn't it? Actually, I would be surprised if it didn't have a credits warp, but I would not be surprised if people just didn't bother trying to discover it. Because it's too ridiculous to even do that. Level 6, 200 more kills. It gives you much more freedom than the developers intend. Honestly, I feel like the developers intended exactly nothing. Because it definitely feels like the kind of game where they never had a chance to put out anything proper. It actually, to be honest, felt a little bit like the software we were trying to deliver when we had a bit of an over-eager marketing manager in my old IT company, where we were basically still working on things and it's like, okay, this kinda works, it's a prototype. And they sell the prototype. You can't sell the prototypes, dude. I'm not done yet. Well, what do you mean I'm supposed to work on the next project? It was demotivating. Yep. I never said anything like that. I was too naive to recognize most of these things. I was like, okay, if he says that's okay, I guess it's okay. Like, in hindsight, I see. But when it was at the time, I was just like, okay, I assume he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. Like, I just didn't know any better. But at the same time, you live and learn. And I learned that IT development is not that interesting in that kind of environment to me. But I still have some rudimentary coding skills that I guess, so that's useful. Wonder whether it's worthwhile to go back up to the top left here in order to get the 2 flowers. That's only 1 flower, probably because of the chest. First rule, marketing doesn't know anything. Yeah. As I said, hindsight. I wasn't the best employee either at times, to be fair, but it's like... Jeez. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna stop here because I kind of like where I am right now, but at the same time, this does pay a lot less. That's okay. At least I have quite a passion for it, as you might be able to notice based on me playing this for a while. But do you need a better structure then? Yeah, it was a really small company. Basically, we were not talking the same language, even if you will. Like, technically, the same German, but practically. I think we're coming up to level 7 with the spear now. You're level 7. Right, actually killing stuff is the exact same speed as the boy killing stuff at this point. 100 more enemies to level 8. And then we level up the sword after killing like 3 or 4 enemies with the sword initially. And this should technically, I'm gonna say it beforehand, this should technically give me enough freedom. Wait, actually, I have 2 levels of freedom because I'm gonna get... I could have... I'm pretty sure I could just upgrade the sword right now, right? I'm gonna upgrade the sword. I'm gonna say it beforehand, but I'm pretty sure I can just straight up upgrade the sword and the boy is going to level up the spear up to 8.9 and guaranteed. Would have been kind of funny if I didn't deliver King Truffle home yet. He would have been still flying around on Flammy the entire 22 hours so far. Save first, dude. Come on. Hey Royal Blue, how goes the final button leveling? I'm too much of a scaredy cat to try anything that could even remotely make it so I might not be able to finish, so... yeah, I need to think about these things beforehand, maybe even do a test run or something. Right, shows he's missing the glove. I probably should double check that, huh? That is right, the sprite is missing the glove. But this should be mostly fine. Well, the sprite should have had the glove to begin with. But this is still mostly fine, actually. Right? Yeah, the sprite actually did complete the spear, so did the lady. Sprite is missing 1 level of glove. The sword will always be completable. So the glove and the spear are basically the sticking points, but we should be fine. Probably. As I said, I just saved. Worst case scenario, we're gonna roll back about 15-20 minutes. Welcome to the Dragon Buster. And yes, it does show you an upgrade number, because technically this is not the final upgrade. If you have 1 more sword orb, you could upgrade it to the mana sword. But unless you're using glitches, there is no more upgrades. And the plan is to play this glitchless. So, I think the lady is just going to begin with the sword. And if we are correct with this, the lady will be able to effectively get up to 8.99 on the sprite all by herself for the gloves, as well as the spear for the boy. But yeah, it's actually a good point, Vilokar. I kind of missed that the sprite didn't have the glove finished yet. And again, this is technically more efficient. Oh, by the way, getting that final glove took a really long time. I don't know how long we exactly grinded for precisely, but it was a while. So there's that. So after the lady levels up the sword to level 5, actually it is only. That is 50 points shared with the sprite and the boy. By the way, the boy still has points to share of the sprite in case that is not the case. And Korugen, feel free to correct me. Thank you for the 100 happy rabbits. I really appreciate it. It's really difficult to pay attention at this late into a run while occur. I do appreciate your help though. I'm basically mostly just running on autopilot, which means I need to configure the autopilot before the run. That's kind of the most significant case. Probably. I always want to go for the mushroom in the bottom right. So that should be 52, right? 53 even. You are going towards... Yeah, this is easily enough. Yeah, one thing Vialock had actually brought up, Royal Blue, that I didn't consider, and I feel like you may have missed as well, unless I probably missed it. There is no reason why we couldn't just level up the sword up to level 5, I think it was. Because it's only going to share one weapon experience to the other weapons anyways. So... might as well bring it to level 5 already at that point, right? Unless somehow it is more efficient if you start with more level 0 weapons, which technically could be. Yeah, I honestly was just like, wait, yeah, that's correct. That sounds about right. By the way, the end is in sight. We see the final splits already. We're level 8. As soon as the lady reaches level 6 with the sword, the sprite will have maximized the glove. The schematic you built was to minimize the amount of time you need to go back and check the menu. Yeah, I think that is basically optimal, honestly. Especially this far into a run. It's just, I have to admit, I kind of started playing the same way I probably played last year already. Just automatically. It was easier on my... well, just to keep going. But hey, we're getting somewhere now. So now, the sprite should have leveled up the glove to 8.99. There it is. Glove complete. The only thing remains is now to level up the sword. And as soon as the lady is done with the sword, the sprite gets the sword next. And that will automatically level up the spear for the boy up to 8.99 as well. just along the way. It's really just that uncertainty that the knowledge that you can permanently screw up on the save file if you upgrade at the wrong time or too early. Hey Gontio, welcome. Yep, still going. Not quite done yet. The last glove orb just took a while to get. I feel like it's always the glove orb. Maybe. Maybe it might be the axe orb last time. Axe orb was actually pretty comfy this time round. Good morning, Tyler, and welcome. Needs to hit 8.99 now. The sprite can still share experience. Oh, or maybe you were talking about the glove. That sounds about right. Almost there. Okay. The boy speed is what now? Something like 9.76. Sprite still has swords to level. Like, Sprite still has literally 100 experience points to share with the sword, so as long as the boy is above 8, it's fine. We can just briefly check. Yeah, at 8.27, not 72. Is the girl done with all the weapons? Yes. Well, except the sword. She's just leveling up the final weapon right now. Sword level 7, 100 more enemy kills, the lady is completely complete with weapon leveling. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate that. How many enemies is it per cycle through the grasslands here? Like both up and down is what I'm asking, because we get different amounts of enemies up and down, I guess. Don't kill that one, boy. Yeah, good morning to everybody who may have woken up just recently. I hope you have a pleasant start into the new year. Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. What's up with spear level 1? Spear level 1? We used the spear level 1, in the pace bin. So the spear level 1 allowed us to share 2 weapon experience to the 2 other characters, while not over-leveling the weapon by intentionally leaving it at level 1. Basically, you always guarantee 4 weapon experience to the other 2 characters. No hangovers, so all good and dandy. Nice. Very pleasant. $20 run per run. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Queen Smashington, and thank you, Royal Blue. So it's roughly like 40 enemies. The boy gets 1 or 2 or something. So a grand total of 2.5 cycles, I guess. Is there a world record for 100%? I mean, technically. Just nobody else runs this aside from me. At least not that I know of. Maybe somebody does. Here we get it. Alrighty, sword level 8. This completes the lady's weapons. She now has everything at level 8.99. And I accept the sword because that is not glitched. 8.0 is the maximum. All the spells are 8.99 as well. She is done. So I'm gonna give her... yeah, that is fine. So next up, Sprite goes for the sword. And Sprite is gonna do the same thing. Simultaneously, this is going to level up the boy's spear all the way up to 8.99 as well. But yeah, my previous run from last year was something like 20 hours and 40 minutes. So this one here is way slower, but a lot of it is really just practice as well as RNG. I didn't have nearly as much practice, and I'm pretty sure I got ridiculously lucky last time, so... Here we are. Not quite as lucky, but still decent luck across the board, I would think. You got the orbs last year really quickly too, yeah. I think in the first trip through the Mana Fortress, killing Buffy and Red Slime, arriving at the antechamber to Dark Glitch, I think I found like 3 rare drops from the Whimper, which means the first one was a Javelin and then 2 candies from them before I ever got the power suit. And I got like the Boomerang orb along the way and the Whip orb along the way, and I was kind of done with that back section super quickly. In fact, I had to actually grind out levels rather than weapon levels, because I wasn't done with the levels at that point yet. It's kind of fascinating. Sword level 5 for the sprite. 50 more kills to level 6, then 200 to level 8. And just to confirm, the boy should now be at level 8.99. Oh. Oh, not yet. Soon. I was actually starting to get really concerned right there for a second. It's like, oh wait, no, I still share experience, right? Yeah, we still share experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, now he should be done with this. Yep. The last lance complete. Literally just the sword for the boy and the sword for the sprite remain. That's it. And if this were a glitched run, I could actually equip the same weapon on both characters. Actually, could I? No, I couldn't even do that because, well, I suppose I could by trashing equipment pieces that I need to go back and buy back later. So, I suppose it would work. Bit awkward. So, you no longer need the spear. I'm just gonna give you a bow or something. The bow is a pretty awkward weapon for them to attack quickly with. Actually, the bow is in general really awkward to attack quickly with. So, hopefully he is not gonna snipe enemies in front of me anymore. It would be neat if the boy got to the last level of the sword by defeating Dark Glitch. I was kind of considering initially to just have the boy get the last levels along the way instead, but I kind of like to have the save file complete, where we get all the experience just also saved. $200 remain. Let's see. How long does one cycle take? And we begin now. 2:44:02. Well, there's a 2 somewhere in the front there, I guess. Halftime at... Wow, that's less than a minute so far. Okay. So 10 kills-ish per minute currently. Give or take. And there. So 1 minute 50 seconds for 20 kills. Was that 40? I already forgot the numbers. Under 10 seconds approximately for 40 enemies approximately. Okay. So we need 55 plus 220. I guess 5 minutes for 200 kills is a reasonable estimate, which isn't too bad actually. It kind of feels a lot longer right now, to be honest. I guess sometimes that guy spawns. As you were saying, there's no reason why you have to use the spear as your level 1 weapon, right? Anything but the sword would work. Yes, that is indeed accurate. Spear was chosen is because it's one of the comfortable weapons, and it would have to, well, do a lot of work. But I don't know whether it's a particularly good weapon. Like, you could throw the javelin at enemies from much further away, but simultaneously you couldn't as comfortably kill enemies inside the Mana Fortress. Like, at least multiple enemies. So any enemy or any weapon that uses a projectile, in my mind, is already out of question for using as the level 1 weapon. Wow, that's rare. Really rare for these lullabots to cast Sleep Flower. They can do that, but it's incredibly uncommon. As might be indicated by me having run around here for quite a while now and encountered this once. must cut all the grass. That would take quite a while. And I've done that multiple times as a kid. Nothing ever came of it. If you'd like to cut grass and be rewarded, I highly recommend you play Bravely Default 2. Because there's actually some really good stuff in grass. Level appropriate even. Maybe sometimes a little bit ahead of your level if you are lucky or persistent, I suppose. Just double checking whenever I get up there with the sprite. See whether I leveled up to level 8 yet and I didn't notice or something. No, don't do that, boy. How did you even hide that thing? Sniper. There it is! Sword reaches level 8 for the sprite, which means sprite complete. Let's double check real quick. Everything at 8.99 except the Dragon Buster. Everything at 8.99. Okie dokie. And I think just the boy remains at this point. Okay. Level 4 to 5, 50 kills. Level 5 to 6, 50 kills. Level 6 to 7, 100. So 300 kills total. Hey Rudix, welcome. I'm doing well. Mostly fine. I'm awake still. I hope you had a good time. Or a good start into the new year. Happy New Year to you. And thank you. So about 15 minutes. Probably. It's from our map before, pretty much. Which may or may not be accurate to the boy because he does recover stamina slightly quicker, allowing me to swing slightly earlier. Also allowing me to swing slightly earlier because he has more strength, so he has more baseline damage, so he might roll high enough with low numbers. Who knows? 250 remain. Welcome to Hip Indeed. You missed most of it? Well, it's just about towards the ending. Just about, what did we say, 15 more minutes of leveling up the sword, and then we go and whack a dark glitch. And yeah, the final boss never stood a chance. Doritos level 6. 200 kills remain. I have a question. What is your favorite thing to put into a sandwich? Well, I guess favorite food item. Bread. I mean, in between bread. Well, I suppose I didn't specify what would be outside. Okay, assuming a sandwich that has bread on the outside, what would you put in the inside? More bread. There. I mean, bread can be pretty tasty by itself. Pickles, cucumber, bomb. Well, let's say edible. Oh, maybe you have bombs over there that are edible? Strange. Turkey and gravy. Cheese, butter, lox. What's lox, if I may ask? Don't kill it. A favorite of sandwich of yours is Reuben. Horseradish makes any sandwich better. Been a while since I've actually tried anything with horseradish. Lox is smoked salmon. That sounds pretty nice, actually. Spicy chicken. Neat. Spicy is not all, for me, not too spicy, but spicy can be quite good. No. We get into specific in what kind of sandwich. Ham and cheese with mustard. Alrighty. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of a sandwich, right? You can basically put anything in there you want. So if you don't like certain things, you don't have to put them in there. It's not like an apple pie, where you're expected to put something specific in it, like apples. Speaking of apples, there was actually a pretty tasty, like, cheese apple sandwich that I had at some point somewhere. I don't even remember where that was. Kinda neat. A bit strange initially, just having apple in a sandwich. But it's pretty good. Pour bread, olive oil and serrano ham. Okay. Neat. What was mine? For the sandwich? Right now I would take some falafel in a sandwich. Well, I guess that the entire thing inside the sandwich, sure, why not? Maybe a bit too much bread. Also, level 7, 100 kills remain. Alrighty, this is too short-lived for a prediction, but what do you think is going to be the last kill for leveling up the sword to level 8? Is it gonna be a rabbit? Is it gonna be a bee? Is it gonna be a mushroom? Or is it gonna be a flower? Those are the options. I mean, you can guess anything else if you want to as well, but likely not gonna be in this area. Polka puzzle. Mushroom. Mushroom. Flower. Mushroom. A rabbit. Bee. Mushroom. Metal slime. Rabbit. Rabbit, bee. Alright. Like 1.5 more cycles in order to be able to determine this. In case you're curious, I'm not keeping track of it whatsoever. I'm not good enough at counting. Will I make it a rabbit or what? I don't know. Like, I genuinely am not keeping count on how many I have at this point. I have no idea. I just know it's probably still more than 50. But I'm not even sure about that one. Okay, we have another flower. We have a polter box. Okay. Wildcard bets at a full moon. I don't think I've ever killed a full moon. I wonder how much experience that would be worth. And don't forget, if an AI kill throws off the offset. I mean, it would. I suppose. You were keeping that close of a track. I think statistically, flower is one of the more likely ones. Plus, I'm not even all getting the same spawns at all the times. You suspect a 1/3 moon. Crescent moon, I take it? You said mushroom for your final enemy. Full moon for the ending scene. Fair enough. There's like 4 flowers in a row here. With a rabbit in between. And there it is. It was a mushroom. We have completed the requirement for 100%. Probably. Let me just double check everything. The boy has everything at 8.99, except for the sword, which cannot be upgraded beyond that. Same for the lady. 8.99 everything, except the sword. And even the spells are all at 8.99. And same for the sprite. Everything at 8.99. Except the sword and all the spells. Unless I missed something. Bloody. Whew. Alright. It is time to go. And hey, Newster, you woke up at the best time, you say? Possibly. We are just about to visit a, well, character that might not have much in the eye holes, as in it's a skull on the head. Not enough money to overflow though, more room for the grind. I don't know how much money that would be for grinding more. But considering that in the first run we didn't even fully reach max money. Yeah. By the way, what weapon should we choose for the Dark Lich, everybody? I'm not gonna polymorph the Dark Lich. It crashes the game. We've tried that last time. Was it last time? Might have been one before that. Alright. We see a boomerang. Okay. I like boomerangs. Boomerang is a crazy good weapon because it can hit twice. With one charge attack. So who gets the boomerang? Worked in time, just didn't catch the end. Welcome to you. We have a bow. Alright. Boomerang and bow. What is the worst weapon type? It really depends on the situation. In solo character challenge runs, I actually use literally every single weapon type that is available. Is that right? Except the gloves. I guess the glove is kind of the one weapon type that doesn't have anything unique going for it. Which is not even entirely true. There is a glove that is relatively early, gives you 1 magic power and 1 wisdom, but is super niche and very minor. But it technically has something unique, and it has some of the best overcharge attacks. You've always hated the bow. Takes too long to shoot. Yeah, it takes forever to wind up. The best part about the bow is because of how and where you get the upgrades for it effectively. What I mean with this is when you do like a challenge playthrough where you're only allowed to use physical weapons, for example, or solo characters, the bow is actually really nice because it upgrades earlier than most other ranged weapons and is actually really reliable to hit a variety of bosses with, like the spring beak and such. So it's very strong for that. Alright. You go boomerang. The gloves had all those weird moves that don't actually work. Yes and no. Technically they work. The problem is the way they trigger. They usually trigger when the enemies are still in invulnerability frames, which is why it feels they just don't work. So actually, no, you're mostly correct. They mostly don't work because of that. Because normally when you throw an enemy, they have to be in a knockdown animation, but most enemies cannot be hurt during a knockdown animation. I say most, but a lot of them at least. So, I'm gonna try and show off every single spell for the boss here, I think, is the plan. Or every single damaging spell on the boss. Like the higher level version of it. Javelin at least has a good charge. Javelin is really nice, like, considering how quick you can throw a javelin, it's really nice. Plus it has 2 levels where you can balloon enemies, effectively stun them with just a regular attack, which is really good. You don't have Ruby Diadem, it's running complete. Well, if you can tell me how to get it, we can incorporate it into the run next time. And no, she's not allowed. I'm actually curious whether there would be like some arbitrary code execution way to get the Ruby Diadem into your inventory. Like, there is some crazy glitches in this game which allow you to do arbitrary script execution, but I highly doubt you can get a Ruby Diadem into your inventory through that. Maybe if you can execute some arbitrary code somehow with that, then it might be possible. Other than that, maybe just use a cheat device. Alright everybody, let's see. Loosened Beam. Big one. Yeah. I like that animation. He's weak to Loosened Beam, by the way. Okay, the other offensive spell here, we have Fire Bouquet. Reduces enemies' physical attack power for quite a while. I really like the animation on this guy too. It's okay damage. Blaze Wall engulfs enemies in fire, except bosses can't be engulfed in fire. Then, let's begin with Undying. Freeze is effectively the strongest, most economic spell in terms of efficiency. It doesn't look much different when you actually get the fancy animation here. Still didn't get the fancy animation. I might kill him before we get all the fancy animations. Especially if the sprite doesn't cooperate. There it is. That's a fancy animation for that. Then we have Acid Storm. Reduces enemies' physical defense by quite an amount. It's actually decently substantial. Then Energy Absorb absorbs HP. I actually don't know whether this works in the Dark Glitch. Nope. Just backfires. Hey, we can heal him, so we can cast more spells on him. Alrighty, Fireball. which if we get the fancy animation, it looks really fancy actually. Might just take a while until I get it. There it is. Fire dragons. I actually like that one a lot. Then we have Exploder, which explodes a lot. We also get Lava Wave, which actually is very reminiscent of Second and Set 3, aka Trials of Mana spell. Then we have Silence. Doesn't work on bosses, but it looks kind of fancy. Next up we have Air Blast, which makes effectively a little tornado on top of the target. Kinda like that. Next up, Thunderbolt will, well, crash in a lot more thunder than usual. And also, they look a lot stronger. I think they've been working out. Do not use change form on him, it will crash the game. I'm not gonna even try with the magic. It has a variety of weird status effects. MP Absorb does exactly what it says. Sleep Flower. Maybe I shouldn't try that. I probably shouldn't try that. Burst. The highest power baseline offensive spell of the sprite. Really long animation, so it's not that usable, but it has the highest baseline power. Dark Force. Just a lot of things. There is the fancy Dark Force. Yes, MP Absorb can also backfire. I don't think it backfires on him. I'm not... well, he might. Evil Gate. Only ever does exactly 1 damage on bosses, because that's how the game is programmed, because otherwise it is a percentage-based damage attack. Then we have Earth Slide. And it's just kind of a happy smiley face. Hello! Gem Missile. Definitely reminds me of a Second Zetsu 3 attack. Hey, we're not done yet. Come back. The seal on Dryad's mana magic is gone. I actually don't know whether Mana Magic has a fancy animation. I've never tried that actually. Let me try that. I don't know whether the Mana's Magic actually has a fancy animation. Let's see. Well, I guess it always has a fancy animation, but that doesn't count. Because it always looks like that. Can you still gain experience on spells after you hit max rank on an element? No, the spells themselves never actually have any experience themselves to begin with. So, we currently have a weapon equipped that has 226 attack power, compared to our current Dragon Buster, which is 151. So we do technically have the Mana Sword, but it doesn't really show up here. Apparently it shows up in the stats. Oh yeah, the attack just goes up off to the right side. Oh wait, it comes back on the left again. Look at this. It just wraps around. I actually didn't know about that until somebody mentioned this during the stream today. That's neat. Alrighty. Welcome to my favorite piece of music in the entire game, right here! I like this music piece a lot, actually. You mean elements for both things, like 8.99? I'm not sure I understand. Could you rephrase that? I'm sorry, Cyberventurer. So the bars are actually a special text character? Probably. Tutu, take the sword. We'll cast mana magic, then mana sword will appear. Hey guys, we already did that. That's kind of silly. You can make the mana sword permanent. Permanent-ish, I guess, if you cast an elemental magic spell on it. But I actually kind of would like to use a different weapon here. People voted for the bow as well as the boomerang. But I literally can't exchange the boy's weapon right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell the sprite to charge up to level 8. And we're gonna tell the lady to charge up to level 8. Fun fact, you do not actually need the mana sword in order to defeat the boss here. Like, it's just straight up not necessary. The reason why it might feel necessary to defeat the boss with a mana sword is because the mana beast has 450 defense or 550 defense. I actually genuinely do not remember anymore. And effectively, mana magic allows you to just deal a ridiculous amount of damage. Like a regular hit, just 999 damage. Well, to be fair, that's a crit. But beyond that, as long as your attacks or the individual hits are strong enough, you actually will be able to punch through the mana beast's defense here. So once the sprite and the lady unleash their attacks, guys, here you can see the lady did 999 damage and so did the sprite. So we don't need necessarily these two characters. Also, it's 450 defense. Also, we can, as a matter of fact, disable the mana shield of the mana beast, and then what we can do afterwards is we can actually reduce its defense. Did we show off all the spells, by the way? I think we did. We got once a run, right? Show the glove level 8 attack? Alrighty. I kinda wanted to use the glove on the boy, but... Gonna be the sprite this time? Actually, lady, please give me critical hit on the sprite. Thank you. And I would also like to have... Wait, no, don't use that one, because otherwise... The glove level 8 attack is not gonna play out entirely. Oh, the mana sword finally wore off. You did your childhood kills without the sword spell, you only understood few English words. I see, makes sense. The way I ended up doing the kill, or we, when me and Visher played, is... Boom! Hadouken! And then Chun-Li as well attack. It's great. Either way, the way we ended up doing this boss, or defeating this boss, is effectively... We unlocked the mana sword once, and we didn't realize that we needed to just, well, unlock it again. Like, we just straight up didn't know. Also, here's my favorite charge attack! Like, we just straight up did not know that we are supposed to unlock the mana sword again because it wore off. So we just thought, oh, I guess it just helps you at the beginning of the battle. We never leveled up Dryad, so there's that. No glitch to release the mana sword early. Not in this run, this is glitchless. That's kind of the entire idea of glitchless, right? Yeah, level 8 charges this one here, which is also kinda neat, but level 7 is just my favorite of the spear. So, actually one attack I would like to show off here is level 6 of the Javelin. It actually has a melee hitbox as well as a ranged hitbox, so it can actually double hit. Right here? Oh wait, no, it's not level 6, level 5? I think it's level 5. I'm not sure I'm gonna get to it because the others might finish it off first. But yeah, as you can see, the lady just hit twice right there. No! Let me out! I couldn't unleash the attack. By the way, this attack here has both a melee hitbox and a ranged hitbox. I'm gonna try again. Level 6 Javelin is your favorite. It looks really neat, especially sideways. Where you just jump in the air and unleash the thing, Magic. Whee! You can also use Lucid Barrier in order to deny the physical damage here. Pretty much entirely. Level 5, let's go. That's a double hit. Not particularly much damage because I don't have guaranteed critical hits right now. By the way, fun fact, if you get knocked down to the floor, like with your back to the floor, when you get up while you have a melee weapon equipped... Oh, the lady just finished it up. When you get up while you have a melee weapon equipped, you actually deal get up damage based on the current charge attack level you have. It's kind of interesting. Alrighty, everybody, we have done it. Just under 24 hours. Seeker of Mana 100% from starting in the year 2021 and ending in the year 2022 has concluded. Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, now it's just 20 and there's no tutu. Didn't consider the ending. PB? It's actually not a PB. To briefly show you the previous splits that we had in here. Here, the previous run ended about 3 hours and 12 minutes earlier, it looks like. We actually were on pretty decent pace until the first weapon orb. And then everything went downhill from there. Not really downhill as much as the previous run was just insanely lucky. It's like, holy moly. Korugen, thank you for the 1000 happy rabbits. I really appreciate those. And everybody, thank you so much for the GGs. Thank you for the company, whether it be now or sometime in the future, where you might just be watching the VOD, the highlight, or the upload. Speaking of which, I will be uploading this to YouTube. Once the local recording is complete. But yeah, I think it's worked out mostly quite well. Run it back for a PB. Probably not anytime soon, but Gar, thank you. Thank you so much for 5 gift subs to people. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate that. Happy New Year, everybody. And also, thank you so much for the support. Like, I didn't plan on this being any sort of fundraising thingy for this month, because it was mostly covered last month. But hey, this probably covers most of next month already. So thank you so much. How tempting is my bed looking right now? 4 out of 10. I need to actually move the stuff around because I need to clean up a little bit because I put stuff off of my desk so I could put the sandwiches and the plates on here for, well, provisions if you will. And stuff had to go somewhere else. Next weekend will be Yaga Monthly. No, this replaces the Yaga Monthly of this month. Thank you, Gar, for your kind words as well. I really appreciate those. Now the real question, what the moon phase is going to be. Actually, yeah, that's a good point, because there's probably a few people who don't even know that. In Seeker of Mana, the final screen is determined by your current save files. The checksum, technically. Practically, there's effectively no way to know what the moon phase is going to be in advance unless you've literally just loaded to the same save file you just beat the game with and you've seen the moon, which I haven't. I just made a new save file, so I don't know. But the moon phase is random, as are the star constellations on how they look in the sky. So it can be a crescent moon, it can be a full moon, or it can be 2/3-ish of a moon. So whatever you think it could be, feel free to, well, suggest and give ideas. I do not have my thingy up, hang on. I need to close most things because my laptop just can't handle it. I heard it, but I don't know what it is. Can it be a full moon? It is always a full moon. And Ryko404, thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you for the $5 donation. I do appreciate it. And now a Secret of Evermore 100% run. What would Secret of Evermore 100% even entail? Doesn't weapon leveling take forever in that game too? Well, looks like this year we're getting 2/3 of a moon and a very strange star just kind of nudged into the corner of the tree, but I do take a little bit of a, well, relaxing time for now. So everybody, Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening and for lurking. I hope you enjoyed your stay. I hope you enjoyed being around, and hopefully until next time. I'm gonna go to sleep for about 2 days, and I don't know when I will be back, but hopefully less than a week. I wish you all a most pleasant start into the new year. Take good care of yourself, and if you can do me a favor, please be nice to yourself. I know I'm not talking to everybody, but if you're like me, you'd probably try to do that a little bit more frequently. I wish you good luck, and until next time, good night.